Warrior cult. Okay, so everyone's like, oh my gosh, Warrior, your characters are so slay based off like what I've told you about them in videos. So how do you write such slay characters? I feel like in order to make the slayest character, you need to have a good personality and a good like character arc, character development type thing. So first, let's discuss personality. So everyone normally gets out, and also these two like things kind of intertwine, so can I really neatly separate them into two different categories? No, but we move. So first thing, right, everyone's like, oh my gosh, fill out character profiles on your character. Literally, it's kind of useless because it's just dumb. Like, why do I need to know really weird specific details when you haven't even gotten to grips with the character? So what I do is I just write the character's name and then I just write down stuff that gives me their vibe. And then like literally it could be anything. It could be a song, it could be another character. That's another good tip. If you compare your characters to other characters you really like you're not copying it, but you can see they have the same energy, the same vibes. So just write down a list of your characters of vibes. So it could be like water bottle, determination, bandages on knees, eyelash. Okay, this is not for a character, this is me saying random words, but you see it can literally be anything. It can be the name of a book. So that is my first tip. And then once you've got the vibe sorted, you can actually, now you know who your character is. Whereas if you're just filling out a form and you're like, oh my god, their favorite ice cream is mint choc chip, slay. But next, accept that your characters will change throughout the book, because literally when I was doing it, I started off with like, oh my god, what was even happening when I started? There was like 5 different characters, and then 2 of the characters one character split into 2 characters, and then she went back into 1 character. Another character just like combined 2 characters. No, I got rid of 2 characters, but then I kind of combined 1 character with another character, and then it will be a whole journey. So accept that through your process of writing your books, your characters will inevitably change. Like, honestly, at the start of the book, what was going on? Was everyone okay? No. Like, just accept as you write it, it will get better. So don't be afraid to change things, to combine characters, to delete characters, etc. Next, our queen Leigh Bardugo gave the advice: don't worry about if people stan the personality or stan the characters. Just try to make them like real humans, instead of being like, I'm worried people won't like this character because they have XYZ flaw. Because everyone is a hater and everyone just hates on everyone. So obviously there's gonna be one person who doesn't like your character, since for people in real life, people hate them. But like, that's not what makes it compelling, you know? And so I didn't care whether everyone liked or hated my characters. I just tried to make them slay, and then now everyone likes them and thinks they're slay, you see? So, and then also same with Leigh Bardugo's characters. Like, we love them all. Okay, I don't like Matthias that much, she's kind of annoying, can't lie, but like the others, so you see she did a good job, and she was like not wasting her time being like, well, the reader's not like this, because if you're worried if they won't like it, then they automatically won't like it. So there you go. Next, literally as you write the book, it will just get better. Like, your characters will start off kind of trash, or like not trash, but like less slay. But then as you write the book, because every single page you write with your characters on it, the more practice and the more immersed you are in the story, so the better your characters will be. And then when you go back and edit, it will just change, and you'll be like, oh my gosh, I love these people, they are my kids, they are my children, etc. And that's another tip. Literally just stan your own characters, like stan them, so then you will get inside the like, I don't know, reader's brain. I don't know, I just like my characters. Like, I don't know how I did it, I just did it, you know? That's the best advice ever, do it. But like at the start of the book, now I'm thinking about it, like I stan them more now than I did then. So it's like, you just have to keep on writing, and then eventually they will become even slayer and slayer and slayer and slayer. Okay, how do we actually write a character arc? Okay, so slay characters obviously need to, I saw this is the general format that people tend to use. So your character needs to have something, a goal they want, but they need to have something they're not doing that they need to do in order to either achieve the goal, or they realize they don't even need to achieve the goal. So you have the character's goal, and then what the character needs to do to either achieve the goal or realize the goal is dumb. Then you have the character's tragic anime backstory. So basically something that's that is creating a lie, and that lie is the reason the characters haven't met their need and haven't achieved their goal. It's because of the setback that has been caused from their past. Big brain. So you just like honestly need to go on like Google Docs, Notes app, piece of paper and just write out ideas. It can be really detailed, it can be not that detailed, honestly, because if you write your characters like right now, it will probably change over time anyway. So don't focus on getting every single detail done, and actually just write the book and then it will form itself. But you should have a rough idea at least of what your character's goal is, what they actually need to do to achieve the goal, and then why something from their past has impacted that. And then over the book it will get more complex, more slay, etc. Exactly. Next, think about how your characters interact with each other, because everyone's like, wow, this character is so slay. But one of the reasons my characters are so slay is because as duos, as trios, they are just like ultimate crackheads, you know? So you need to think about other people the characters actually have in their life that are important to them, etc, etc, you know, you get me? Because if your characters need to have like slay friendships, etc, then you can just stand them and it's like, oh my gosh, slayed. Before you actually, like, if you've written down like my list of vibes of the character, but you're kind of worried about starting to write the book because you're like, oh my gosh, I don't understand like that much, you could just write some scenes of them living their life, vibing, and just have fun with that. And then you've fully got into grips with the character, and then you're like, oh my gosh, the characters are slay, because now you actually understand what it's like to write from their POV. So you could just write some fun scenes. You can write a scene that's not going to be in the book, but it's for you, so you can actually get inside the brain of the character. So yeah, another idea is to write down stuff you like from other characters. It could just be personality, it could be something really interesting about their backstory, it could literally just be the visuals, you know, like, I don't know, they have a slay coat, oh my god, that coat is so cool. And then once you have written down all these different things about all the characters you stan, you can implement these into your characters, and then your characters are going to end up slay because you're picking stuff from different slay characters and then combining them into one slay character, so then they're collecting all the slayness into just one person, you know? So that is also another good idea. Like, use other books and other characters that you know work well for inspiration, and actually read other books, look at other characters you like and be like, why do I like this character? So then you understand why you like the character, so it's easier for you to actually write the character. Whereas if you're not thinking about other characters you like and you're just writing, I mean, slay, but also it's the probability is less likely that you're going to write a slay character because you're not even thinking about characters that you like in the first place, like we do. Also, think of people you know in real life, because literally, if you're only relying on books, you might be reading trash books that are just unrealistic. Think about people in real life that are slay, and then I'm not saying steal their entire personality and get sued. I'm just saying, like, think about certain traits and be like, wow, this character has this slay trait or this annoying trait from this person I know that I really stan that trait in, or really don't like that trait in, you know? So literally just use everything as inspiration. Just like literally take little bits, put it in a Google document, write it down, etc, and then you can literally just create the Slayer's character from that. And then you can combine all these different things into one character, so then it's going to be unique anyways. Don't worry about it not being unique, because nothing is 100% unique. But if you have these different elements you like from all the characters and they have similar vibes to other different things, it's obviously going to be your own character and they're going to be their own person. It's going to be like, wow, that is so cool, that is so creative, because all the things you liked about the other characters are now in your character. Oh my gosh, exactly. Next, give them actual issues and make them relatable. What I was saying about real life, because sometimes I just look at something and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is fake. Like, why are they happy 24/7? It's a bit unrealistic. Like, what are you doing? Like, think about your own life, other people's lives you know in real life, and then just give them relatable issues, and then also just other stuff as well. Like, you know how in books the villains are always people who grew up with like really bad backgrounds, whereas in real life obviously some villains are like people who grew up in bad backgrounds, but also you have like bureaucracy and then people in power like growing up thinking they're better than other people, so then they manipulate other people and use that power. Like in Avatar The Last Airbender, all the villains are the like monarchy people. That is like really realistic and relates to real life. And then also think about real life, people are morally grey, okay? You can make your characters do shit cursed things because that is realistic because it's real life, you know? Like, stop, like, you can't just be like, hey, this is my character, here's her one personality trait, and yeah. Oh my gosh, also traumatize your characters. This is what I was saying about actually giving them issues. Like, make sure it's actually realistic, because all these characters have bad stuff happen to them and then they're fine. Like, no, traumatize them, make them actually realistic, actually look at people in real life rather than just like faking it. It really depends what genre you're writing though, because I understand you can't do that in every single genre, but like just like how dark you want to make it. I'm not saying that, I'm just saying look at real life, make it realistic. Like look at actual humans, you know, and be like, does this person seem like a real human, or do they just seem fake? And don't worry if they do seem fake, because the more you write, the more they will form into a real human anyways. But if you're like written on your 10th draft and it still hasn't happened, then sort it out. What I did when I was first writing my characters is I was literally just imagining like fun scenes with my characters in it. I was listening to music and I was just imagining my characters vibing with each other in fight scenes, etc. Stories from their life. If you listen to other film soundtrack, okay, ones I recommend: Into the Spider-Verse soundtrack and Arcane soundtrack, both really good. Put those on, except you'll probably be thinking about the shows, so whoops. But like, I don't know, put on some Slay music and think about your characters, and then automatically the more you think about it and the more you will like think about your characters doing stuff, writing your characters do stuff, they will form into an actual person, and then because they're an actual person, they will be Slay. Because if I'm thinking about the characters that I do hate, they're just like, I don't know, they're fake. Like, I don't know, like, just do what I say and it should be okay. But yeah, basically, if you're worried, the more you write, the more like art you consume with other characters, the better you will get. So it literally, like, that's my advice. Like, you will slay either way. It's gonna be okay. You know, it's gonna be okay. But you'll literally be fine. Like, you got this, you'll write the Slay's characters if you just believe in yourself and know that you can do it, and actually like learn how to perfect your craft, make them realistic, give them good character arcs, give them a good realistic personality, and then you're fine, you're okay. Let them interact with other characters. Do the vibe thing. Don't waste your time filling out a million character profiles that like they're 5'7", because okay, who cares? But really just write down the vibes. The vibes could be like, I don't know, or instead of just writing down the vibes, you could also find pictures that match their vibe, just so you understand the vibes. And then you could do this, but also don't waste time, because I feel like writing down their vibes is really interesting when you're first coming to grips with them. But if you spend like 10 days just focusing on the vibes, you're not writing them and you're not getting to know them. So do it, but don't waste time doing it, okay? Because you need to actually, I feel like the best tip is literally just to just actually write them, because as I said, when I was starting my book, they started off as like a completely different person, and they obviously didn't start off that complex, but as I continued to write and to get to grips with my actual book and the world, they ended up being super slay. So that is what you need to do in order to slay. And yeah, you know, exactly. So this is basically all the advice I have. Thank you so much for watching. Continue to slay the day away. I don't know why I keep on saying that, but like, yeah, bye. You got this. I believe in you. You're gonna write the slayest characters ever. Everyone's gonna build a fandom for them. We're all gonna create like 1 million subscribers of fans for your characters, etc. I don't know what I'm talking about, but you got this. Go write your characters. Go slay your book. Okay, bye.